Hello everyone, this is Gregor, welcome to the stream. Good evening to Raiken and enjoy your deluxe waste of points. I'm more than happy to facilitate wastage of everything and anything, and points are one of these. I actually did get around to changing the icons to those to be like a banana and kind of name them something more appropriate as as a result. But yeah, how are you doing today? How's it going? Um, Glad to see my the idea for the points did not go completely wasted, or maybe it did, and that was the point. Now that I think about it, I mean, honestly, any little thing that I do to kind of maintain the stream, I don't want to say upgrade it because that hasn't happened in a freaking million years. Um, but yeah, I don't want to say every little bit that I've actually done to get something new on the stream. So where was I? It's like 6 here, right? Yeah, was it actually is like a small triumph for me because I always forget that I need to be doing more things for the stream or on the stream or to the stream. So hey, TGS Marcus, welcome. How's it going? How are we doing today? How is everyone? Was the waste? Yes, these are the deep. Oh, God damn it! Yeah, see, this is what I was talking about last time. Oh, and thank you for the follow, TGS Marcus. Welcome to the I don't know whatever you care to name this small community of us. See, that's I need to have a list of things that I need to do on stream. It's like get alerts on the intro page. Although, come to think of it, I might not want to actually do that because is the music choppy? Yeah, the music is slightly choppy. Give me a moment. Yeah, this is this actually what happens when you have to reroute the signal through 3 different sources before you can actually get it to get captured properly. But yeah, I think actually the reason I never put alerts on the intro is because it shit show. Oh, am I also included in that shit show? I feel I was gonna say honored, but then I kind of heard myself talking and I'm not sure anymore. I mean, it's not really like a shit show. If anything, it's probably uh, it's probably to me probably the most interesting stream to discuss on game dev, I guess, or game theory. It's better, right? That's a more correct way to say it, right? Because at least I'm not a game dev, so any discussion that I'm in is de facto not game dev related. But let's call it game design and game theory. It's probably one of the more interesting. For sure, I at least have the most interesting discussions in your stream. So that's a Gregor seal of approval kind of thing. Or shit of approval, I don't know. It kind of depends what the shit show is kind of geared towards. To the north of this village lies Earth Dragon Isle, which we locals call the land where the dragon sleeps. Hint hint. This is gonna be important for later on. Until a few years ago, the surface was covered in sand, but somehow the sand disappeared completely overnight. This is also some kind of hint. Also, I don't know why I have freaking Poshul in the party. Corchas Ma. Hi there isn't much here, but feel right at home. So it's a couple of things that I need to do before we continue with the story. One of them is to rub my face against everything in this village in hopes of finding hidden elements and items. because it's one of those JRPGs. This, I think, is kind of like a fast travel thing, if memory serves. Yep. If you don't know, I'll teach you. Nope, I already know. Do you really know? You're kind of fishy. Oh well, if you already know, that'll make things easier. So what's it gonna be? Okay, yep. Just like 10G in advance and go down. Slide, slide, slide. Hey, Rooks, welcome. How's it going? How are we doing today? That's literally the first party you'd get, and the first thing also try to get rid of them ASAP. But, I mean, Poshul is annoying, yes. But, Mojo is supposed to be, like, decently good as a character. Because, firstly, he's the first character you get that has, like, the innate black element. And secondly, if you kind of like have a look at his stats, give me just a moment. There we go. He's got like a quite like I realized this like last stream, just like before I kind of like called it. But if you, oh my god, why is it going so slow? Never got too far. Yeah, but he's got like a very decent stamina regeneration, recovery, and his agility is very, very high. It's like 24 versus like very, very high. It's like relatively high versus 5 for Poshul and like I think 15 or something for Surge. No, 8 for Surge. So yeah, his agility is like very high compared to anyone else you can get at this start of the game, and he's like very good at dodging stuff more or less, and has like kind of like a decent hit rate as well. His accuracy is also kind of high. I think that's like because of the agility, but you know. So yeah, he's decently useful for like the innate black that he brings. Although I think we only just got like our first like black element with like Graviton. Yeah. So you actually do need to have cleared at least until Viper Manor to like get the full effect of it. But yeah, he's supposed to be like decently well, and decently good. Sorry, it's like thinking of something different. And let's see. This allows us to get some some materials that we need, and I think screws might be the thing that I'm kind of like lacking mostly. So could just like maybe get rid of a few magma bombs for starters. Like a bunch of capsules as well. There you go. On the account. Yeah, like I did say at the start, like while we were sliding down, I did say... Oh, wait, is this where we get... Is this where we get the third part for... Yep, it is. Skellies. Yeah, you need guts to get through life. Hey, that's right. My favorite dish is Termina's favorite squid gut pasta. So this actually, I think we're like missing like one more part before we can put him together. Coffee's gone. Yep, there we go. Got you covered. Just made like a fresh one. And like, I think Raiken is probably very happy that I'm actually drinking hot coffee for once. Kind of like put like a bit of milk in there though, because, well, kind of have to. I did say like I'm on like some kind of like diet, right? But not like actual diet, kind of like a more like a, you know, thing, like a schedule or something. Oh, the points, I mean. Okay, yeah. Yeah. Coffee is gone, and it's mostly because I've heard from like more than one person say that it kind of looked like a roll of toilet paper. No, it's just it's what's it called? Like 0% is literally just to kind of like. It's hard to explain, but I like So okay, I also did like blood work, like blood analysis, when I started like this diet. Like one of the things that I it's one of the reasons that I kind of like decided that I needed to go and like start watching myself a bit more, because we're getting old and because I got some like very annoying results. And one of the things that came back with it, all of the stuff that they actually did, was that I have like a slight calcium deficiency. So I generally don't like milk. I avoid it, but I am supposed to like have like a certain intake over like the course of the week, and I figured kind of like just like some in coffee is fine. Also, it's like 0%, so it doesn't actually, taste like anything. It's still like regular coffee in there. But yeah, that's more or less the reason. So, I do want to like have like Nikki in the party. So, nope, not enough materials. Go back. Actually, it would be better if I first kind of move everyone around before I do that. But yeah, like Raiken is not the only one that's like kind of like going through like a major change in lifestyle. Well done, by the way. I was like I wasn't like being sarcastic or anything yesterday. It's like it really shows, and good for you. But yeah, I'm kind of like also in the process of doing that, like exercising and trying to lose weight. I've actually started like at the 115.5 on the 5th of September, because I actually have like a little whiteboard here where I like write down everything. And now I am at 104 2 months later, and that's like feels amazing. Oh yeah, it's going well. Like my problem has never been like achieving my goals. It's kind of like maintaining afterwards. That's kind of like the thing I need to kind of like learn better habits, I guess, which is the more important thing than actually getting there, is like staying there. So yeah, I'm gonna swap out for Nikki, mainly because I don't like Poshul. And yeah, again, it's mainly I don't like Poshul. He's a jerk. I don't like the way he talks. It's she? I don't know. Wait, what? Oh, hey, Posh is in Discord doing stuff. Oh. Like, Posh has like the best gifts for Discord. I don't know where he finds all of them. I'm just gonna like have a cure +1. Iceland's? I mean, Iceland's +2 might be good until we get like something stronger. It's like they tried to make Nermal from Garfield. Wait. Oh! I don't know. To me, it feels more like... what was its name? I forget what it's called. Well done. I kind of like forget. Oh god. I actually do remember like the character's name, but it's just not like clicking for me at the moment. That kind of sucks. I have like any level 1s? Oh, uplift, I guess. Like, ideally, you don't really want to have, like, opposing elements for characters. So I'm trying not to get, like, a red given to Nikki, because he would do, like, next to nothing with it. I mean, another uplift might work, so it's like, get, like, a yellow. Eros said? I mean, I've already got, like, yellows for, like, level 1, so that's fine. But yeah, Poshul is just very annoying the way he talks. He's not the best character, and he also has like the tendency to warp words a little bit, so I don't like him. Here, where's the character? What do you mean, Nikki? Like, this guy? So this is one of the 3 possible characters you can get when you decide to infiltrate Viper Manor. There's 3 paths. One will get you Nikki, the one I wanted to compare. Wait, what? Yeah, I don't remember. I'm just like, I've got like a kind of like, I remember like saying that like Poshul reminds me of like a character from another game, but at the moment I just can't recall. But yeah, you just like in case you didn't know, you actually get Nikki if you go the Shadow Forest route. And that's kind of also important because you also get one part for Skelly. Oh, stream was delayed, really? I hope it's not on my end. So yeah, there's like 3 ways to infiltrate Viper Manor. One is to go help Pierre, who more or less just like walks through the front door, and to do that you kind of need to find his amulet. Oh, it might just froze again. Oh, that sucks. I'm very sorry about that. I'm also think you probably can't actually transcode because, you know, I'm like a lowly affiliate. I'm not allowed to use partner senpai's transcoding. Ah, boy. As a man of the sea, you've got to be on your toes when you're on land or manning the ship. I always pay close attention to my element placement. Have to think about terrain attribute conditions, so it's pretty complicated. We're a small village, but have some rare elements you won't find in bigger towns. Yes, please. Thank you. Thanks to everyone. Kind of like sucks that we don't have access to transcode, though. That would be... Oh, meteorite. Really? Okay, I want this. Actually, and like a gravity blow for... she doesn't have blue, though. Or red. That sucks. Like a couple of like black elements for Mojo. He actually gets renamed to Mojoi later on for various reasons that I hope we get to see. So, whoops. Spoilers, I guess. I guess I can remove an ice lance from this guy and give it to Nikki. But yeah, basically how it works is that once you decide to... Nope, I don't want to become famous. Oh, thank you, Raiken. It's like you beat me to it. See, I knew it paid to have like mods on this, like people that are like actually mods, you know. Thank you. I did not actually want to be famous. What a surprise. But yeah. So yeah, the idea is that let me just like finish what I was saying. Get the money raise. Okay, I raise. I don't. Do I even pay you? I don't think I do. Yeah, I don't actually pay you. So yeah, I will give you like a 50% raise on top of what I already pay you. So I'd say I'm like pretty generous. Wait, what other mods? I think like you're like the only one that's active on stream generally. I think I've got like 3 mods, and kind of like one of them is in the army at the moment. The other one generally doesn't watch Twitch nowadays, and that's about it. But yeah, thank you for that. But yeah, as I was saying, like when you, in like the previous chapter, we kind of have to infiltrate the Viper Manor, which is the first dungeon in the game. One path takes you through Shadow Forest, and that's the path that Nikki joins us on. It also allows us to get one of Skelly's parts earlier, which is the Angry Scabula. I think we're like just like missing one more. And you also get access to like a specific boss fight that you don't access on the other routes. If you help Pierre find his medallion, you can go in through the front door. I think that kind of skips like the underground caves below Viper Manor, so it's like generally slightly easier to or at least like less expensive, I guess. to infiltrate the manor because you're not actually using that many curatives or items or stuff. And then you can also help, what's his name? Guile? It's like a kind of like a magician looking dude. Who has made a bet about stealing something from Viper Manor. I'm gonna be honest, I never did that one because I don't like that character. You like get access to him later on as well, and he's it's kind of like unimpressive. But yeah, Nikki we got because we did the Shadow Forest route. It's also probably like the most interesting one. It's like kind of like the longest because you have to go through the entire Shadow Forest. And also the underground caves from the manor. The guy who was Magus in Radical Dreamers. Wait, what? Really? Huh. Is that Guile's thing? Okay. Oh. Oh, is that from like oh, that's what you meant by Radical Dreamers. It's like the SNES thing. Yeah. Because yeah, apparently this game also has a prequel, which is a visual novel on the SNES of all things. I think it also wasn't ever released outside of Japan, so like the only way you can kind of play this to teach yourself Japanese or get like a fan translated mod. I never went like through the trouble because apparently it's also not that great. Surprising no one. Also, I forgot something saying that. I need to check the equipment for Nikki because he's got the brass pig that I can equip. Well done, me. Like, got like a bunch of ivory helmets. What the? That's weird. So, also last time I kind of locked myself into helping Kid even though I said I wouldn't, so I could get Glenn. But yeah, that kind of sucks. I can never like bring myself to, you know, abandon Kid. No, not the bronze mail. Not the bronze mail, stop. The vests are fine to disassemble. And like a ivory helmet or 5. Kind of sucks that we can't actually like disassemble like en masse. Yes, you know, there's like a lot of items that I eventually want to kind of like break down for materials. Well, yeah, fair enough. But again, I've never played that. I doubt like 90% of all people that are on the stream at the moment have ever played that. And you know, it doesn't really matter because they generally also kind of like try to distance themselves from it eventually. Copper and fur. Oh, we are like out of fur actually. Well, that sucks. Got like the copper swallow. I mean, a bronze glove for Mojo. Mojo, damn it! I keep like using his other name. We're not in that part of the game yet. But yeah, he's like one of the ways in which like this game is kind of slow, and slow. Because you have to do this for... wait, why do I have another brass pick? Oh no. Did I... No, I didn't. Did I already have one? And then I went like crafted another one as well? But yeah, game kind of tanks a bit when you need to go through your gear and like assemble, disassemble, do stuff. God damn it. I'm gonna keep the bronze sword because I'm finding like a character a bit later on that can use it. It's also not really necessary to keep items that you're not planning on equipping, like the lower tier items. You don't really need to keep them Because generally there's because like this is kind of like a crafting oriented like system, I guess. You can always just like go grind for materials and if need be break down the items to go back, although you would never actually need to do that. So yeah, it's like one of those games that you don't really need to stockpile everything that you pick up, which is nice. And in fact, this game does not have items aside from the equipment and well, basically the equipment, and that's it, and like the key items. You don't have potions, you don't have antidotes, you don't have 1/64 of a hero or whatever that was from Final Fantasy VII. You don't have any of those. See, there's like the only items that you have are the key items, and they're all kind of, you know, quest related. Instead, and I think this is like more for Raiken's benefit, because I know he's been playing like Shin Megami Tensei 3, and it's kind of interesting, like the contrast between that system and this system. They have kind of bundled the items into the magic system. So what would traditionally be items in other games, like potions, medicine, and like whatnot, we have here like let's see, medicine, ointment, antidote, brace, tablet, capsule, and so on and so forth. Those have been made into consumable elements or spells, which is like the game calls them elements. They're like spells for all intents and purposes. It just so happens that items are a subcategory of spells that is consumable, which is interesting in two ways. In one, you don't actually have to have a separate screen for it, like design-wise. And two, since equipping the elements is a limited resource, because you only get like, if you see like what it says like element level 1, like if you see you get like limited slots for each character, they kind of like increase with levels, but it's like overall it's like limited amount of stuff you can equip, like spells you can equip. You have to kind of like make a decision between having items or having spells at the same time, and because like all spells are kind of like worked into this element color coded system, I guess, it's not just their effects that are important, but also their color, because it kind of ties into the other system that the game has with the field effect, I guess. I think that's how it's called. It's like such an interesting system. It's shiny material. Nope. Elements are common items nowadays. Oh yeah, he tells us about like summon stones or something. Yeah. Bye. We don't need to speak with you. Although we do need to go speak to Korcha. So yeah, I was saying, like another way that this game is interesting is that it has like a lot of characters, like 40 something or whatnot, and you can't actually get all of them on one playthrough. And now Korcha joins the party. Yep. Think about it really carefully. Are you positively sure? Yes. Alright, we're off. Yep. But yeah, there's like so many characters and you can actually recruit all of them on one playthrough. Mainly because every couple of chapters, I guess, there's like a few options that you can choose while playing the game. A few branching paths, if you will. And depending on which path you chose... also, I love the music on this game. I just love it. It's like this whole like islander kind of like tropical thing going. It's so good. Can you like hear it? Hey, you can't park that here. Who said you could dock that thing here? Get that thing out of here right now. Hey, don't be such a hardhead. It's not like we're robbing from anyone. Besides, no one else is docking here, right? That's not the point. What I'm trying to say is... Here, keep it. You can't bribe me with some... A delicious scent and this subtle texture. This must be the famous rare drink of Dragonians, the Dragon's Glory. I thought that might happen, so I snatched some from my ma's kitchen. Don't worry, I'll get some more for you. Very well. You're pretty quick for a kid. If you don't hurry, that girl's gonna die. You guys can't do this alone. Why don't you let me come along? Yes, join your party. Korcha temporarily joined your party. Yep, there's Korcha. I mean, he eventually rejoins our party after like a certain bit in the game. But I don't really want to use him. I don't know. Like Nikki's more interesting. Like like Nikki's slightly weaker, but he's got like better agility and better magic, and also slightly better accuracy. So as far as like my blue character goes, because they're both like the same element, I think I'd rather stick with Nikki. There we go. But we can add him back to the party whenever. I didn't get Lina. No, I did not. I'm not sure why. Oh, yeah, you're right. You know what? It's because I didn't go back to Arni village. Is it? Because I know that if you get Poshul at the earliest possible moment, you don't get the scene with her and oh, okay, yeah. So I wouldn't have gotten here. I kind of like immediately allowed what's this? I immediately allowed the kid to join the party. You'll find the boy's grave up on Cape Howl. Blah blah blah. Yep. Also, I'm not sure if it's like this version of Lina that joins you as like the other version as well. I mean, we can go try, right? Because that's actually what we are going to be doing to progress the story. We need to go to the other version of what's it called, like Hydra Marsh, to get like Hydra humor. Yeah, Poshul you can actually get like very early on if you know where the Hekran bone is. Which is, funnily enough, something that I discovered on my own, and yet the one you aren't courting. Wait, what? Courting? I don't think I've actually ever done that. So, before we do anything else, I think there's some point where I need to go to get the last bone for Skelly. Oh god, where was that? I'm actually fairly stumped at the moment. Termina? That's the only way to recruit Lina. Oh well. I mean, it's not like I'm missing anything. Ladle lady. I just like need to look it up because I'm pretty sure there's like a. This is like the earliest point where you can actually get Skelly. So Angry Scabula finding the waterfall cave in Shadow Forest, we got that. Heavy Skull, we found that. Good Backbone finding Hydra Marshes. Wait, what? Huh? Oh, okay. So basically, okay, so I'm like misremembering. Then we get him like way later on, because one of the parts it says is like in Hydra marshes, but the thing is that to get full access to Hydra marshes, you need to have gotten like an item from what was it? It's like this kind of like goblin tribe, I guess. And you need to get like an item to what's it called? You need to get like an item to make those vine thingies kind of like unfold so you can go down into the part with like the good backbone is. It also says here that I need to go to Water Dragon's Island and Isle of the Damned. So yeah, that's not gonna be for another good while. So may I just like add something here? How much I love something that they did that Chrono Trigger didn't have. It's that on the world map, if in a location there are more than 2 entrances and you've gone through the area at least once, like with Fossil Valley, you can just like run through without entering the area. Just like on the world map, so you don't have to go through the entire area again. Same with like Lizard Rock, and there's like 1 or 2 other areas in the game later on where you can actually do the same thing. Rocking! So this is Opasa Beach, where angels lose their way. I wonder if it's true that the flow of time has split in two. How does he know? Well, how about we all boogie boogum onto the beach? Okay. Bling bling bling. Yep, this is like the portal to Homeworld. This is definitely a dimensional wormhole. Wow, I've never actually noticed how like informed Mojo is. Chrono Trigger could do that in theory, but they only let you do that in Xenon Bridge. Yeah, but you also had like come on, let me use it. What the? Oh yeah, hold on. This is how I need to activate it. Yes, it was like only in Xenon Bridge, but you could also have it in Guardia Forest and like whatever that canyon's name was, like in 65 million BC. And there's like one more like area in like the Dark Ages. Yeah, there should have been. It should have been like available everywhere. I felt like my body split in two. A very strange feeling. Boogum! So we have crossed some dimensions. What a surprisem! The world is full of mystery, but don't forget love and courage too. Don't you just like love it when characters like speak like that? Just like love the music in this game. Yeah. And 2300. Yeah, the what's it called? The bit with like the raceway, like side 32. Yeah, I guess she doesn't join us. Oh well, that sucks, right? No, stop. Bye. So yeah, it's like this is what we have to do now that we're kind of like choosing to help Kid, I guess. Actually, I don't remember if there's anything like something that I could have been doing with this, but anyway. Sorry. Just like need to check something here, because I think this area kind of like becomes a bit more important later on in the game, like way later on in the game. But you know, this game also has like the well, it's not like a bad habit, but it has the habit of sometimes putting very useful items in areas that you wouldn't need to visit early on. It kind of like rewards you, I guess, when you actually know to do this, like out of sequence, I guess. Which is why I'm wondering. And like with so many characters, you never know if like one of the characters that you're looking might be, you know, in one of those places. So as far as I remember, we need to fight the Hydra boss here, which I just realized is gonna be green element, which means Poshul is probably very useful. God damn it. Why, if it isn't Surge? Didn't the village elders tell you not to come near here? Do you have some kind of business here? I wanna see what it is. I can tell by the look on your face that it's something important. Here, go on through. I'm sure the three of you can handle yourselves. Before you enter, I'll give you a word of advice. The marshes are like a maze full of poisonous monsters. Be prepared. Yep. At least I think this version of the Hydra marshes doesn't like poison you as you move in the waters. But at any rate, we already have like the safety gear, so that's fine. Anyway, we wouldn't have been getting poisoned to begin with. Because I did the thing in another world. And I got the item that I probably should have gotten a lot later on. Sir John, what are you doing just standing there in days like that? We haven't got time to spare Let's keep moving on. Yep. So I think we also can't. Yeah, we can't actually climb this. We need to. There's like a, only like downhill slope, I guess. Yeah, green and blue. So I guess Poshul might have been like more effective here. I really don't want to use Poshul though. I hate that character. I hate the way it speaks. Dashing slash, photon ray. Oh, yeah, that's right. I keep forgetting that these can poison you. Oh well, guess Mojo's gonna die now. So, as far as I remember, we just need to make our way to the end of like this area. There should be... I don't remember what it was. It was like a flute or something, I want to say. That you can kind of like get to... Okay, we've got like a bit of poison. There's like a flute that you can get to manipulate the vines. There's like this weird kind of like goblin thing that you need to defeat. So yeah, these you can't actually do anything. They more or less just like get in the way until we go. I want to say it's like on the left side. I think it's like the exact same platform where we got the safety gear on the other version of this area. We'll see. Let's see. Oh, come on, what? Uh-oh. Everybody down home, something big's headed our way. Uh-oh. What was that? What was that thing? I can't believe this place. So yeah, the nice thing is that like most characters have like unique dialogue. Like depending on like the individual story beats. Like Poshul would have said something slightly different. It's actually very interesting how they did this because as far as I know, they don't actually have like all the text for it on the game, but they have like the basic kind of like idea of what they need to say, and then they kind of like run it through some kind of well, program, I want to say. I don't know how you call it. It's like a kind of like a, they have like this system that adapts it depending on like individual characters like speech patterns, I guess. Oh no. Leave it to Biba. Biba, call friend. Don't you dare. Don't you call any friends, please. No, it's like another one now. Weird like frog things with like an umbrella or something. Where do they keep coming up with these designs? Oh, come on, don't... Don't call more friends. Come on. The grand finale. It's like the worst thing is that I don't actually have access to any AoE elements yet, so... Really? You're like planning on... God. Blows away foe with ball of pure energy. Okay. Yeah, they would need like... It's like a lot of dialogue, and since like most of them kind of participate in... well, dialogue, I guess. You can't like feasibly have everything that 44 characters might say when you have them along in like a 50-hour-long JRPG. This is like still a PS1 game after all. So yeah, basically, as far as I remember, they have like a general script of like what a character might say. And, you know, similar to how the intro works, where it's like Serge, Kid, and one more random character. They feed the extras in the scene those lines, and the game kind of adapts their mode of speech to it. So it would add like random cha at the end. If we had like Korcha, it would add random om at the end when we have Mojo. Not every character has a very, you know, pronounced speech affectation. Like Nick, he doesn't really have... He's got like a few catchphrases or something that he may, you know, bring up at some point or another. Or Shu... Who was like Shu? I was... oh, hold on. It's like that Neo-Fio thing? Or it's like a different one? Oh, God. No, we don't want to use yellow. We need to use green here. Aerosaucer. Ah. No, Poshul doesn't say that. Poshul just replaces the letter R for W, as far as I remember. Well, mostly actually, but you know. We're actually getting our asses kicked here. Huh. Maybe it's like a good time to start like spamming elements. Okay, let's see. I think it's like a good time to heal now. I've got like the recover all. Ah. Stop interrupting me. It's like so annoying. Yeah, it's like recover all. Speaking Japanese, yeah, I mean, could be. I mean, I'm just like always talking about the English version here, but in the English one, Poshul kind of, I think like the way the script works is it replaces the letter R for W. That's like one thing that it does. And there's like another letter that gets replaced for, you know, something that sounds like a bit more cutesy. I don't remember what though. Well, anyway, it's not like we're gonna be using Poshul at all. Finally, we stopped missing all the time. That's good. Also, you gotta love like the animation of Voodoo Dance. Such a weird animation. Russell tries to hit a very vulnerable place. Yeah, I mean, I try not to think about it too much. God, how much health does these things have anyway? Jeez. Just like die, why don't you? It also doesn't help that these have apparently a lot more stamina recovery than previous enemies. So they kind of get a lot of moves in between. So let's see. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, they just like got like a very very fast recovery. was the helmet guy who'd say everything screaming. Yeah, it's what's his name? Zoa. He's like one of the 4 devas. I think you can actually get like all. Well, 3 of them. Dario is supposed to be dead, right? So you can get Karsh, you can get Zoa, you can get Marcy. And I guess if you get like Glenn, that kind of like counts as the 4th one. Kind of. There we go, finally. Freaking finally. It's like actually count like as a boss, right? No, count as like a regular fight. Wonder why it took me this long to do. Aside from like all the missing. Baba Biba. I Biba sorry. Here, I give you this. Please forgive Biba. This Biba flute that is handed down in the Biba family. Biba magical. It holds Wingapede. It makes Wingapede Biba good Wingapede. It's best Biba used in a wide open space. Yeah. Why don't you try on blowing the flute here, Sir John? No, because I want to save first. Shut up, talking scarecrow. You're not the boss of me. Actually, I think there's like a chest or 2 up ahead that I maybe should get before, you know, using the flute. Boba Biba. I don't like humans, but I don't hate them either. I just like strong beings no matter what species they Biba. Probably put one of those guys to be party member. Which might you Biba? Strong. Let the challenge commence. Oh no, please don't tell me he's gonna like summon more of these. Hit, 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 hit before he does that. Yep. So I just need to gun it and kill him as fast as possible. He's frozen! How could I miss? He's frozen. I should let go. I'm so very sorry about that. Oh, you know, actually, I'm not sorry. I'm like a well-timed joke. Shut up. But yeah, I think the key for this fight is to kind of kill the alpha before it brings all of these in. Or maybe I'm supposed to be killing them as they come out, because he kind of like summons them at like specific health percentages, maybe. I don't know. It's like either one or the other. Oh, he's dead. Okay, we just like didn't get Biba D this time, which also sounds a bit weird. Okay, I just need to BRB very, very fast. And we're back. I'm sorry about that. It's like a cat outside my front door being very, very stupid. Kind of like managed to throw some things over, and it's kind of like you're like a loud bang, and I was kind of like, what the hell? Turns out cats like to mess things up. Well, who would have thought? Okay. Let's see, element, grand finale. Let's just like try to clear this out as fast as possible. I mean, they've got like a lot of health actually. That's mostly the problem here. Like not even close to anything else I've been fighting so far. Although they don't really do that much damage, so that's fine, I guess. Yeah, they also get like way too many attacks. I just love this animation. I don't know. It's like so, so weird. So weird and goofy, actually. It's like the best way you can kind of like describe it. It's like the little like wiggle that it does at the end. God. See, we need more games with characters like these. Why don't we get characters like this anymore? Isn't that like very upsetting? We don't get like a... That Biba quite fun. I give you the treasure behind me. Hasta la Biba, baby. Bush Basher. I mean, that's not like that great. I think it's like a level 3 element. But, you know. Let's see. Bush Basher. Yeah, level 3. That's fine. Could probably like replace one of my ice lances for it. But yeah, like I said, there's like a couple of chests, I want to say, around here. Oh, come on. A wide open space. Could this be it? Sergio, why don't you try blowing on the flute? Nope. Nope. More chests. More chests. More stuff. Or not. So yeah, the first time that the party member tells you to use the flute, it says it's like kind of like too narrow for that. Am I full on health? Yes, I am. Okay, let's... I think you get to fight this. What was it? Biba flute. There we go. So this is Wingakpede. It's actually smaller than I thought. Serge, why don't you try feeding it something? Wait, what? Do you even have anything to feed it? Nope, because it's a boss fight. It's not the actual Hydra that we need to kill, but you know, why not? I mean, the thing with boss fights is that no matter if they're, you know, required for the plot or not, you do get like an extra star on your field element for kind of like using that for like beating them. Also, I think you get like an increase on the cap of your stats. So, you know, always handy to have that. Okay, it's like a green, right? Let's see what Electro Ball does to it. Like green element. Ooh, 88, nice. Screw you! Screw you! It's like, Stop hitting me, you overgrown centipede with wings, I guess? I don't know. Do I have any other yet? Oh, I've got Electrogel. That's nice. I mean, if I can manage to make like the entire field yellow, his acidic thing is gonna do, well, a lot less damage actually. It's kind of like, damn it. Wait, Nikki's at 31. Oh, okay, yeah, we're healing here. I'm not risking that. Also, I just realized something. We missed Greco. I talked about this at the start of the first stream when I was saying there's like we are going to get Greco after Kid gets poisoned, and then I'm like just blew right past Termina without going to check, which kind of sucks. I'm not gonna lie. Like, it does like surprisingly little damage though. No, come on. Actually, you know, it's a good thing we didn't have Poshul, because it would probably be dead here from that. Yep. Like Nikki. It's a good thing I have Revive. However, what is not a good thing is that I only have a few curatives left. Am I doing something wrong here? I seem to be having like a lot more trouble than I remember having last time. No, okay. He's dead. Also, I think this is the only boss that has like that change of background color. Wait, where's my chat? Okay, why can't I oh, there we go. Now it's kind of like loaded. I wonder why that was. Poshul's case you wouldn't want to revive. I mean, I still would want to revive because one more person in the party to get hit and kind of like you know, distract the boss, I guess. He's... Wow, that... I just, like, realized how heartless that sounded. The foothold could give way at any minute. Sergio, we should avoid passing on through the middle. Shut up, you're not gonna tell me what to do. Bye-bye. Yep, there's the Hydra. I should probably have saved before this. Oh, no, hold on. Am I... Do I actually not need to attack it? Who would have thought there would be a cavern inside of this tree, let alone this big old monster? Well, at least it served as a cushion to break on my fall. Otherwise, that would have hurt him. If all 5 legs here wakes up, we could be in a lot of trouble. We should try and get out of here while we still can. Can I just, like, get Hydra humor? No? Hey! Hey, Serge, is that really a fairy? I've never seen one before. We can't just leave here trapped like this. Let's help her out. Wait right there, my darlings. Wait, what? Oh, shit. Yeah. Should have gone saved. Do you think you can walk out of here alive? And with my dinner, too? Come to think of it, it's been years since I wrapped my sweet tentacles around succulent human flesh. Human? Okay. Oh, you'll make a fine main course to go with a delicious fairy appetizer. You should consider it an honor to be the dinner guest of Madame Pentapus. I don't believe this. It's just one battle after another. But this time we trapped them in a hole with no way out. We've got them no choice but to fight them. Okay. Her AoE attack is so useful. Wait, what? Oh, she's also like blue element. That's kind of a problem. I did not bring any red elements. Maybe I should have equipped someone Surge. Whoops. Guess this is gonna be painful. Yeah, and basically we just also made Nikki very, very useless. I'm gonna try and going for white so I can like I forgot to equip Comet, didn't I? Forgot to equip Comet. Ah! Oh, Razali. Okay, yeah, the fairy. Okay, never mind. I was like, I thought you were talking about like Madame Pentabus. Yep, that was. I forgot to equip. Wop, 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 wop. That should not be doing that much damage, should it? Yeah, fair enough. That's true. I can't believe I forgot to equip Meteor. That's so stupid. I'm so mad at myself right now. Dead? Yeah, he's dead. Also, don't these bosses have like the most amazing death animations? Like they're also like visually interesting to watch. Oh, Aqua Ball. Nice. It's like Hill Brazili now. Thank you for rescuing me. You are kind of strong for human folk. I was surprised. Let me introduce myself. My name is Razli. I come from Water Dragon Isle. I think you can tell just by looking at me, but I'm a fairy. I guess you could say it's very obvious. Hehehe. I've heard rumors about that island. They say that due to the abnormal weather they've been having, their water source has dried up. But that was in the other world we just came from. I wonder if it's the same thing in this world. Huh? Our water source has dried up? This world? I don't understand what in Fairy Godmother's name you're talking about. Serge, perhaps we'd better explain. Gee, so there's another world? And you've come to these marshes in this world to save your friend in that other world? Yeah, you seem to have got it, but actually Serge is originally from this world. We don't expect you to believe us, but it's like the Razli's face, and it's like that's like that meme with the kind of like what's it called, like the mathematical equations kind of like going on and off in the background. It's kind of like yes, I understand. There sure is a hydra in this forest. I saw it with my very own eyes. But that's when those big noses caught me and threw me here to become Pentaboo's bait. I want to go home to my island, but it's too far for a fairy like me to fly on my own. Teehee, how about taking me along with you? More characters! Razli, join your party! I don't remember if I ever like recruited Razli the last time I played the game. Oh, she's like innate green as well. She's like I think it's like the first green character that we get. Yeah. So She's got like a lot better agility, that's for sure, so she dodges like a lot better, but her melee attacks are kind of crap. About the same magic, more or less. I think I'm gonna like swap her in, just to have a look. Oh, another recoverall. Okay, yeah, this gets immediately equipped, but first of all, I'm just gonna like remember to also equip Meteorite. There we go. I think I'm gonna give it to Razli, like the second recoverall. So Bush Basher might be good for her. Couple of like arrow saucers, I guess. Yeah, maybe just like get like a couple of fires, like red spells in there as well. You know, just in case. Like a few more cures might be decent. So, don't I have any other like? I do not have any other heals. Okay. It's like a tier 2 one, so that might as well just like go in there. Level 1 attacks, uplift. I mean, no, actually, no, hold on. Green should not be equipped with yellow, so I don't actually have any more level 1s though. Oh wow. Turn blue and turn red. That I think is not something that I would want to have equipped. Turn white? No. Medicine, ointment, antidote, brace. Guess I could have some tablets, but I've only got like 2 of them. So... yeah, let me remove all from like the other party members. Poshul. Did I leave anything on Poshul? No, I didn't. How about Kid? What happens to the ones that Kid had? Did those just like get like automatically unequipped? I don't think they did. Turn green? No. I mean, Boost Basher. I've got like a +1. Yeah, I don't really want it at like -1, to be honest. Turn red, Magma Bomb, Ice Lance. I do not have any other level 1 elements to equip to Razli except for yellow ones. Which is kind of a problem. Oh, I guess I could give her like a cure from Mojo. Kind of like go like this. Or, you know, I could just like not be an idiot and remove this. Have electro... No, not electro jolt. Uplift? Upheaval? It's like... oh, electro bolt, sorry. It's like the level 4 one. And... do this. Gravity blow. Then also kind of... oh, you know what? I could totally remove Bushwhacker and use... where was it? Level 1. Use uplift here. Yeah, okay, that works a lot better. So I don't have to... yeah, there we go. That's decent. So, I just remembered something. I should have gotten the item to tame the vines back in Guldov village. In another world. Oh, never mind. Oh, we don't... okay. Aero Saucer, okay. This is another green one. For Rasley, sorry. Well, actually, since I'm here... Yeah, I don't have any... Don't even know it. Does the game have clear rules on how much loose gain from plus minus on spells? I seem to remember it was something like 10% per what's it called? There's like 10% per step. So like -1 goes like 10% down on its effectiveness, and like +2 goes like 20% up, and so on and so forth. I don't actually remember though. I do remember like the first time that the first time. I do remember like a couple of years ago when I like downloaded this on like my PS Vita, because the reason I've got it on PS3 is because first I bought it to play on the Vita initially, and then kind of decided, yeah, you know what, I'd rather have it on like a monitor rather than the teeny tiny. It's like a good screen actually, but it's like a lot smaller, so you know there's that. So yeah, back when I bought it, I kind of like looked this up, and I also kind of like checked the what's it called, like a character FAQ that I was planning to kind of like follow, so that I was sure that I wouldn't miss anything. And I seem to remember that the formula kind of like more or less increases and decreases it by 10% for each kind of like step away from what? Okay, I'll read that later. Wait, we can't actually leave. Okay. I've never actually done it this way, you know? I always got the green thingy that kind of unfolds the vines. Oh yeah, it's like more of these. I don't really care about fighting, to be honest. They're like boring. It's like a save point. So yeah, I just remembered that what I was trying to do when I got a bit distracted by talking too much at the start of the stream is that I was meant to go to the bar there and get the thing that allows you to use these vines. Search found antidote. So yeah, I'm gonna try and do that because it will also give me a chance to go speak to Greco, because I would like to recruit him as well. Uh-oh. What the? Wait, why did they get the first strike? So you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna open that recruitment FAQ again. Give me just like Move here. Because I did have like the foresight of actually saving it. So there we go. Yeah, there's Greco. Ooh, bronze vest. Nice. Greco, and then you would also have gotten Glenn if we left Kid to die. Okay, so that's interesting. I do need to exit this place though, because I think I need to go back to. I think I need to go back to the village before I get the Hydra humor, so that I don't trigger the next part of the story. God, come on, no. Just let me through. Oh, and here's like another funny thing. We also missed Neofeo, which I did get last time. I don't know why I forgot that as well. That's like the weird like life form thingy that Lucia, I guess. I don't know how that's pronounced. Like, but she's like working on. God, I just like missed so many. It's like very easy to do that in this game. So let's see. Go back to another termina. Oh, hold on. I just realized. Court chat tells you that you can't go back to Galdo village unless you get the... I mean, we can always try, right? How many times so far have I said that I love the music in this game? I'm sure it's gonna be a lot. But yeah, you kind of like have to realize that I'm not kidding when I say that this game soundtrack is probably in like my top 5 ever. So yeah, there's like there's gonna be like a scene here where we get like we see Greco. Oh, blessed child, flow with the river and rest in peace. He's like a luchador priest, apparently. Hey, Dramatica! Hi, how's it going? How are we doing today? Played this so long ago? Me too. I never actually finished it though, so... Yeah, come, please say your last farewells. Yep. The boat shall now be cut adrift. Your son's spirit shall ascend to heaven with your warm blessings. Finished it? Yeah, I actually tried finishing it twice. It's like once back on like when it first came out, and another time a couple of years ago, where I got like the PSN version to play on the Vita, and both times I somehow just get stuck at the same point because I get lost. It's like sorry. It's like a there's like a chapter in the game where you have to go find the 6 divine dragon tiers or something. I don't remember exactly. And I always found like 3 or 4 of them, and I got like the summons as well, and so on and so forth. And then I just couldn't remember where I was meant to be going to find the other 3. It's like the bit where you're playing as Lynx. Those damn dragoons! What nerve do they have to call me an imposter? Especially after they drag me all the way out to the valley. Oh yeah, he's the It's like the guy that was supposed to go like do the exorcism, but we went and got the skull, like scaly skull first. Are you really a human who does not exist in this world? You are now drifting between the boundaries of life and death. You are too young to be taken into the arms of darkness. Although it is in my best interest to aid you, my duty is to watch over the spirits here. It's alright, Greco. I'll be here to keep things in order. Romana, you are still too young to take on such a task. The spirits are always looking for a chance to draw the living into the darkness. But my brother Getz was able to save you from being drawn into the dark. He gave his life to help you. I am the sister of Getz. A small thing now and then won't get me down. This time you must save this one from the darkness. I think Getz desires that also. See, you might be right. I don't know, it's like a very weird like character concept. It's like, what if we had like a priest that has a crisis of faith and he's also a luchador? Greco tags into your part. In case you think I'm kind of like mentioning this, all of his dialogues are kind of like wrestling inspired, I guess. He's like a red or like a blue, I don't remember. He's like a red element. Yeah. And he is very, very tanky. He's also, yeah, you know, obviously kind of like a melee focused character. I think I might just like swap him in for Mojo, just, you know, for now. Just to have a look around and see what havoc we may cause with this guy. See, I don't have a lot of red elements though. It's like a bunch of magma bombs. Maybe like a couple of heals would be useful. And you know why we don't have a lot of red elements? It's because Kid has all of them and I don't have control of her anymore. It's like, I hate it when games do this. You're kind of like given a character, and like the moment you start using that character, the game kind of like plucks that character away from you. Ain't that great? I mean, I've had worse. I got like full slots on him. Yeah, we did. Okay, that's fine. Does he also come equipped with like bronze gear? Yeah, he does. So that's fine as well. This we are going to go disassemble to get the bronze out of, hopefully. So this is like the moment of truth here. Can I correct my mistake and go back to Galdo village and get the green sprinkler or something like that? I don't actually remember what it's called. It's like a green something or another. I have to say you love my accent. Oh, thank you. It's like it's one of those things that like people have a lot of trouble with. I have been correctly identified as kind of like having like a Greek Cypriot accent, I guess, but I've also been asked for like everything from. Can I? Oh, I cannot. Damn it. Yeah, return to Galdov. Oh, nice. Okay, so we haven't actually locked ourselves out of getting it yet. So yeah, there's been a couple of people that have correctly guessed it, but I've also been asked if I'm anything from Russian, English, American, Norwegian. What's the other one? I seem to remember someone asking me if I'm like Ukrainian or something, which I found very, very odd. Okay, so we need to go to the bar. We need to get the green sprinkler thing, question mark? Would never have guessed. Yep. So how are we doing today? How's it going? Oh my god, hold on. I came by your stream yesterday. I don't remember. You were playing something that was not Dead by Daylight, and I'm trying to remember what it was, because I know you do a bunch of Dead by Daylight, but you were playing something different today. I'm just trying to remember what it was. Portal, yes. And there was like that guy that had like 111 hours in the game and was kind of like, I guess, getting a bit upset at you missing a few things. I'm sorry that I didn't kind of like stick around for more, but I'm actually like at the times that you were streaming today, I'm supposed to be working from home, which I guess is got like a lot of, you know, distractions. I do behave mostly though, so that's not that, like that bad. So yeah, we got it. The green thingamajig. No. Hi ho! The plants in the marshes respond to the sounds of this tinkler. It ain't no good to me anymore. Here, I give this to you, boy. You just go up to a plant and ring it, like that. The plant will open up a path without you touching it. Tinkler. Oh, it's not like sprinkler. Never mind. You just don't do a blind gameplay. Yeah, I know. I mean, sometimes I do wish that people would respect like how you've tagged the game more. Like if you put like blind playthrough, don't try to spoil it for the streamer. Or if you go like no backseating, please just try to like keep it to a minimum. But yeah, a lot of people don't really do that, unfortunately. Okay, so we didn't actually log ourselves out of like the next 2 or 3 things that I'm supposed to be doing with the Tinkler. Because from what I can see here, we can actually go get another part of Skelly now. Which is, you know, important. Skelly is actually a very good character. He's like very well rounded, I guess, in stats. He doesn't excel in any particular one, but he's very sturdy. He's got decent-ish magic and agility, so, you know, if ever I don't know exactly what characters to get, I can always fall back on Skelly. I think he's also like Black Element, which is usually useful. I don't remember fighting a lot of White Element enemies general in the game, but I am trying to remember. Take Korcha with you. Wait. I already have Korcha, right? I don't need to take him with me now. Oh. Oh yeah. This also allows me to go to another world's Hydra Marsh to get some things out of the way. Oh. Why do I keep bumping the microphone? What? Who put this here? I remember this music. Yes, like no, not Shadow Forest. I think I should probably be keeping count of how many times I've said this, but the music in this game is just so good. It's literally in my top 5 game OSTs ever. And since no one asked, numbers 2 to 5 would be, well, actually it's not like the first one, but it's like in no particular order. But by the way, we already got the safety gear, so we don't get poisoned in this place, which is very good. In no particular order, my top 5 game soundtracks are Chrono Cross, not Chrono Trigger, because Chrono Trigger has like maybe 3 or 4 amazing pieces, and the rest are just okay. when I'm saying when I'm talking about my top ever soundtracks, it needs to be like the entire thing needs to be very memorable, not just like 3 or 4 pieces. Because like Chrono Trigger's got this thing where it's like Frog's theme and Shala's theme and Corridors of Time and maybe I don't know what else. It's like literally everyone knows just like those 4 or maybe 5 songs. And the rest are just fine, but they're not like the standouts that those are. So it's immediately something that I wouldn't call my favorite ever because I don't want to like listen to the whole thing all at once. Hey, Krausbart, welcome. How's it going? How are we doing today? So yeah, for me, a game soundtrack to be in my top 5, pretentious as that might sound, it needs to be something that I can remember years after playing at least half of it. So this Chrono Cross is one. It's got like so many like standouts that Green Tinkler. Like you've got like Girl Who Stole the Stars, Radical Dreamers. You've got like both Termina themes, the Home and Another World like overworld themes. You've got well, the theme to Chronopolis actually is very, very good, although it's kind of grim for my tastes generally. Well, grim, not grim, but kind of like it doesn't sound as well, not happy. It doesn't sound. I'm kind of like struggling to figure out the word here. It doesn't sound as upbeat. Yes, that's it. As upbeat as the other songs in this soundtrack, but it's still like an amazing song. What else? Dream of Distant Shores, I think, is another like interesting song in this soundtrack. What else? What else? I can generally like, remember a lot of songs from this soundtrack, so that is like why I'm considering this like one of my favorites ever. Hi. Actually, we do need to... Oh, we don't need to fight this. Okay. So we're just looking for Skelly's bone, so to speak. Actually sounds very... Hey, there we go. Good backbone. Now I remember, I had really good posture. It must have been from my grandma's upbringing. Grandma? That's right. I was raised by my grandma. I wonder how she's doing. I bet she's worried sick. And there's like one more thing that we need to get in here, and that's like the something like a sparkle of life or something like that. So that should be at the exact same point where we would have fought the Hydra in Home World. So I think it's this way. No, but we can totally get a what's it called, like a shortcut here. So yay. But yeah, okay. So second would be Deus Ex, the original Deus Ex, because honestly, have you heard that soundtrack? It's like such a good combination of well, kind of like industrial electro techno with a few kind of like more rock inspired overtones. So that's also an amazing soundtrack overall. The guy who made Alexander Brandon also worked on Unreal Tournament, also worked on Just Jackrabbit, which also has a very trippy soundtrack. Probably not one of my favorites ever, but it's very, very distinct sounding. And what about this? I mean, I know a lot about the things that I like. That's about it. I tend to kind of like enjoy finding out about that stuff. Mwahaha! A rare flower that only be growing in poisonous marshes. Finally, it be ours. All because the Hydra be extinct now. Mwahaha! Humans destroyed the ecosystem that kept the water clean. That be why the Hydra died out. With the ruler of the forest dead, the dwarves be gone now. This forest be belonging to us. Okay. What are those two talking about? What you be looking at? Well, I kind of need that. Pretty impressive. Oh, sorry. Pretty impressive making it through the poisoned marshes, but there be nothing here. Get lost. Beat it. I should stop making voices. No, wait. They must be pretty weak from the poison. Let's have fun with them. Mwahaha! Not a bad idea. Let's tear them up. Yeah, I mean, I have the safety gear. You don't know that. So yeah, anyway, I'm just like leaving a lot of like topics open all the time. So I would be top 5 soundtracks is Chrono Cross, Deus Ex, Planescape Torment, which I understand is kind of like more like an ambient OST, and wait, so green, yeah, that's fine. It's kind of like more of an ambient soundtrack, and like 60% of it kind of uses the same leitmotif in all the songs. Like if you take like the Nameless One's theme, the Ionara's theme, Anna's theme, I think Fall from Grace's theme as well, they all have like the same few notes but presented in like a different way. But it's like such a very, very, very interesting way to, you know, structure your entire thing, because then it makes all of the themes kind of feel a lot more cohesive, I guess. They fit well together because they kind of like share some elements, and it's also thematically rumble. It's also like thematically interesting because the kind of like the shared elements kind of reflect the Nameless One's relationship with every character. It's like the Nameless One is the protagonist of Planescape Torment, so, you know. We are going to stream that at some point, eventually, and you can be damn sure that I'm going to talk a lot about it. But yeah, what else? It's like Chrono Cross, Planescape Torment, Deus Ex. Wow, I can't remember the other two now. It's kind of weird. Hey, Life Sparkle. Okay, this is like for another character that we need later on. Oh god, I'm like very embarrassed right now. I was about to speak about 2 other games. I just forgot which ones they were. Oh wow. Listen to me, not remembering my very own opinions. Thankfully, I do have them like saved somewhere. Oh yeah, Theme Hospital is the 4th one, sorry. Never fully mastered the area of effect in this game in combat. Oh, you mean the field effect? Yeah, that's... I mean, generally, you don't... I don't know. You don't really need to master it, I think, because I'm not very good at it either. I think, like, you don't need to use it unless you are trying to summon... summons. Because that's, like, the only time where you are actually required to have all of the fields at, like, the same color, right? Otherwise, you just like need to feel as much of it as possible with like the opposing element of whatever you are fighting, but it's not actually required to feel it all the way. So yeah, I don't think you can master it, I guess, unless you kind of like micromanage like all your characters and all their elements to, kind of like complement a specific color, like have everyone use red to fill it up with red whenever you're fighting like blue enemies or similar to that. But I don't think you're ever actually required to use it. And for the summons later on, as far as I remember, you do get elements that make the entire field a specific color, so you don't have to chain 3 attacks in a row of the same color. Also, yeah, listen to this and tell me this is not a great soundtrack. Although, granted, I'm kind of like a sucker for violins, but, So, what's next? It's like a very melancholy song, but what's it called? Also the later on when you get the boat for good, and you don't actually have to just ask Korcha to take you back and forth between Galdo and Termina. Like the island travel theme is also very good. It's much more much more upbeat, I guess. Fight time, yes. Punch, kick, and I guess get screwed over by my hit chance. But yeah, this will kill it probably, right? Wait, no? What? Jesus Christ, how much health does this thing have? Do I play this on the emulator? No, well, yes and no. I am playing the PSN version on a PS3, and I guess that's kind of emulating the original PS1. I guess. But yeah, no, I kind of like decided to hook up my PS3 to play a bunch of these eventually. Since, I mean, it's not a hack. Like, you can't buy this on PSN, right? It's like those PS Classics that you can get on there. And the nice thing is that this costs like €5, I think. Well, actually, it costs like $6, but because I've got like my PSN set to like US, because the prices are slightly better. But the nice thing is that I bought this once, and I can play it both on the PS3 and on my Vita. That's currently kind of sitting in my on like my bedside table. Turn yellow, yay! It's actually kind of funny if I'm being honest. Although I do need to save first. Give me a moment. Ointment. Yeah. Do we remember where the... Oh, there's like a save point in the stables here. Okay, never mind. But yeah, back in the PS3 days, I guess. Ointment. Yeah. Yeah, I can't even do it. I'm sorry. Back in the PS3 days, they made a huge deal about re-releasing a bunch of like PS1, PS2 games through their like classics line, and they had like a lot. There must have been at least like 600 or 700, I want to say, of games you could actually buy through PSN that were PS1 and PS2 on the PS3. And well, actually, let me just like show you. Let's quit back to the dashboard for a moment, since I've saved. Let's see, signal. There we go. So yeah, this is like the PS3. I don't actually have it connected to the internet at the moment because I haven't actually launched this in ages. But yeah, Breath of Fire. also a PS1 game that you can actually buy and play on the PS3 and the Vita. Well, this is like the HD edition, so that doesn't count. But Grim Grimoire, PS2 game that you could buy and play on the PS3. Where was it? Demon Souls, Guided Fate, Suikoden 3, Chrono Cross, Grow Lancer, Resident Evil Code Veronica, Stella Deus, which I've never actually played, Katamari Damacy, which I don't actually need to have installed on this because let me just like delete this, because I actually did get it on Steam because it had achievements, so I did play and finish that on there. Yes, I have a problem. Shut up. Persona 3 is like a PS2 game that you could buy and play on the PS3. I've got like a few that I haven't installed yet, so give me just a moment. There's like Legend of Dragoon, Mega Man X4, Klonoa, Mega Man X5, Legend of Mana, Dino Crisis 2, Persona 2, Parasite Eve. I also thought I had like the first Parasite Eve. Why don't I have that? Huh. But yeah, I haven't installed this. Like the little bubble thingy around them means that you haven't actually set them up. I just downloaded them and kind of like trying to like get through all of these first. That's a lot of games. Oh, you have no idea. um, the PS3 library, actually I don't actually have them all downloaded because the hard disk isn't big enough for all of them, but the PS3 library is I think my third smallest out of all the systems that I have. The only smaller ones are the Switch, because I only got it last year, and the 3DS because I only bought it to play very specific games, and I haven't bought all of them yet. It's like sound like an idiot talking about this. Okay, there we go. Don't own a PS and never knew they could have old games on the PSN store. I mean, yeah, I would if you're interested in like getting these and playing them, because there's like a lot of PS1 and PS2 games. I would recommend getting a Vita if you can find a used one for cheap, because I don't know like overseas what the prices are like, but around here I got mine for like 80 euros used, and then maybe I paid like another 25 euros to get like a 16 gigabyte, like one of those like proprietary Sony memory sticks, and the Vita can play so many of those. Actually, even the PSP, if you can find like a PSP for like 20 or 30 euros around here. And even the PSP can play like a few of these overseas. I mean, yeah, I'm in Cyprus. In Cyprus, the prices are generally a bit more bloated than in Europe or in the United States. Mainly because on top of everything else, we also pay ridiculous import fees and a lot of shipping fees. Unfortunately. Wait, it's like the one, right? 832, yeah. Okay. We had a PS1, had to buy. Yeah. Fair enough. I get it. But I mean, yeah, if you can find like a Vita, and though I would not know, I hear you can also kind of like jailbreak them or like soft hack them or something so that they can run like ROMs of these games as well. But the Vita is actually a very powerful machine overall. It's a shame that it never took off because it was very, very good. Like both like build quality and you know, kind of like the sturdiness, I guess, of the whole thing. So yeah, we're actually just like trying to get some things that I missed the first time around. I think this is where we were supposed to come up if you allied yourself with Guile. You have to like do this whole thing, like the maze, I guess. But yeah, the Vita can play, at least I'm 100% sure it can play all of the PS1 classics. What I don't know if it can play the PS2 ones, because like a few that I own, I couldn't get running on there. So you'd probably like need a PS3 for that. Yeah, this should be fairly easy to kill. Dead. Yeah, considering we were actually meant to be coming through here like 3 chapters ago, that's fine. PC Master Race. I mean, yeah, I just enjoy having them on, the actual like console experience. I understand like people that try to like emulate them. That's fine, for me at least. But I don't know. This is like something that like feels a lot better if you're like using the original hardware, right? Because, like, for starters, I don't have to worry about compatibility, which is, like, a major annoyance of mine. Or, like, getting the correct adapter so that I can connect all of the controllers and stuff on it. Or to get a PS again, get one of the bigger consoles. I mean, at this point, it might just, like, be better to just, like, get, like, a PS4, like, wait for, like, a PS5 to go on, like, its first price drop. Like eventually in like 6 months to like a year's time or something. But yeah, I'm just like talking specifically if you want to play retro game, like older PS1 and PS2 games. Because back in the day, I did not have either a PS1 or a PS2. For whatever reason, they were always around 90 to 100 pounds, which is like 120 to 130 euros more expensive than what's it called, like Sony consoles or Nintendo consoles or like Microsoft consoles around here. Because I did have like a GameCube, I did have like an N64, I had like a Mega Drive and a Master System at some point. Actually, I still do. Just like give me a moment. I like gonna do like a small show off here. Give me a moment. What the hell? So yeah, so I guess all of that kind of got lost. Thank you. Yeah, I was like talking with a friend a couple of days ago, and we kind of like got to unearthing these. So this is like the Mega Drive, or I guess the Genesis, if you are from America, and this is its previous like console, like the previous generation, I guess, which is like the Master System. This one actually comes pre-installed with a game, Alex Kidd in I want to say like Shinobi World or something like that. But I'm pretty sure it does come in it has like on memory one of the Alex Kidd games. Or I want to say it's like maybe like Alex Kidd in Miracle Land or something like that. Carlsbad has a bunch of old consoles. Yeah, I also just like to show them, not show them off, but just like I get very nostalgic about these things, if that makes any sense. So it's kind of like a nice, window into the good old days of yesteryear and so on and so forth. But yeah, I've always had like a lot of consoles. I'm just like, I just like my options, you know. Yep. I'm sorry about that. Just let go back to the game. And yeah, I don't know. I just like get like a lot of probably unwarranted nostalgia, but I do get it. Yeah, I think like we kind of like started with like Game Boys initially, because the NES wasn't very easy to get around here, or the SNES, but Sega consoles on the other hand were a lot more easy to get a hold of and slightly cheaper as well. Even though, speaking from experience, the Sega games were never as good as the SNES ones. They were not. Sega never had a Chrono Trigger. Sega never had a Final Fantasy VI, I guess. Sega never had a Yoshi's Island. Sega never had any of those like iconic games. We got like a bunch of Sonics, which was fine, but I never really did like the focus on speed, if I'm being honest. Like probably the game that I spent the most time on like a Sega console was, well, what was it? I guess, well, I played a lot of Columns on like the Mega Drive, but as far as like RPGs and stuff, wait, Meteorite? Wait a minute. Sega over Nintendo all day. I mean, again, it's like, again, personal opinions, right? I don't, like, everyone can just like believe whatever the hell they want. I certainly never had any Nintendo console, any Nintendo home consoles back in the day. Like my very first one was the N64. There we go. Click. Search found tablet. But yeah, we yes, Genesis does what Nintendo don't. And this, by the way, is an actual slogan for advertising of the game. So yeah, this is the bit where we would have come with Guile if what's his name, Korcha had like brought us here. Give that man a medal. I remember that. It's like it had like a very catchy tune. It's like a Genesis does what Nintendo don't. It's like really. That's a bit unfortunate advertising there. It like the Nintendo don't thing was. I always got like very annoyed about it. But yeah, like I don't know. We never like did get. Remember this zone? It was yeah. And it's like a very memorable early area zone. Like most of them are actually. Like Lizard Rock or like Fossil Valley and all of those are like very characteristic, I guess. Heal. There's like a lot of things that I missed by not coming through here. Ah, come on. Oh, Krausbart, thank you for the follow. And I guess welcome to the Fun Time Squad. And have a good night. Again, thank you for the follow and for staying around. Sleep well. I always have to stop myself from saying like sleep tight, because that kind of, I feel, oversteps a few boundaries maybe. It's very hard when English isn't your native language. It becomes very problematic trying to convey what you were actually trying to talk about. Photon ray, nice. Oh, getting sleepy as well. No worries. Again, it's always appreciated when like people stick around for a chat. I just like love those moments. But you should probably be getting some sleep if you're getting sleepy. You know, personal, but like personal, no, like self-care above all. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, okay. I love those moments too. Yeah, I know. So are you going to continue Portal tomorrow, or I don't know? I just like didn't stick around until the end of the stream, so I'm actually not even sure how far you went into that. Oh, you finished it. Nice. So is like Portal 2 upcoming, I guess? Wait, what? Okay. Oh, at least the basic game. Okay. Yeah, I mean, I'm not a big fan of what's it called? Like the Portal 2 is in the planning. That's nice. I mean, I think you're probably gonna enjoy it like more than Portal 1, if I'm being honest. Like at least I did. Portal 1 has a lot more compact story, which is good for like a comedy game. But on the other hand, Portal 2 like got like so many ideas that it was allowed to play around with that, well, clearly like budget and like development size kind of couldn't provide in Portal 1. So it's kind of like it extended a bit on everything that was fun in Portal 2, in Portal 1. The one thing that I will say is that Portal 2 maybe drags a bit too long in one or two parts of the game. Freefall? Wait, what? Wait, what? I do not remember ever getting this. What the hell is Freefall? Set trap to catch freefall element. Huh? Well, we can't actually equip it yet because we don't have access to level 5 slots, but... What? I do not remember this. Like, at all. What the hell is a trap? In the context of this game. But anyway... Remember correctly, was a character in this game called Surge? Yes, he is. Like, the default name for the protagonist is Surge. There you go. There. But yeah, Portal 2, I will say that at some point it kind of drags a bit too long. Like, it's maybe a game that could have stood to be maybe an hour or an hour and a half shorter. But it's, again, very interesting. I did enjoy it a whole lot more than I did Portal 1 just because of like how advanced it felt. I would also recommend if you can find someone to play co-op with, because that's a separate campaign that's supposed to happen concurrently with like the single player one. And it's got like a few of the more unique mechanics that they couldn't put in the single player. Yeah, that's about it actually. I remember it as so many years. Yeah. Surge Kid links, yes. That's about right. Oh no, I took the wrong way out. Okay. So we are now going to try and recruit, I think it's like Neo something. I don't actually remember. I want to say it's like Neo Fio or something like that. But then again, Fio was also the name of a character in Metal Slug, so I might be forgetting. Let me just like check. I think I have like a guide here somewhere. Have a nice stream. Thank you. And again, thanks for dropping by and like sticking around for that long. Always appreciate it. And have a very pleasant evening and sleep well. Up we go. Ah, God. Such a like stiff neck. Hello. Remember, Lucia? This Homo sap flower is called Neophio. As it matures, it will become just like a human. However, this Neophio is like non-otter. It is a powerful type with the ability to use elements. Naturally, it was I who improved it. Ho 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 ho. Wow. One is able to train it if it blossoms, but a life sparkle is necessary for that. I have pinpointed the whereabouts of this life sparkle to a marsh east of Arni village. So I sent some of our dragoons to retrieve it. However, none have returned. It is a shame, but I cannot allow any more loss of life. I suggest you stay away from that marsh if you wish to live. Wink wink, nudge nudge. Stay away from it. There you go. Blossom! Oh, you know, I think it might be like this one that goes shoo all the time. I'm Neophia, so you must be my master. Am I? Nice to meet you, bud. Neophia joined your party. He's just like a green character, right? Eat? I don't know. I don't remember. Yeah, green. Yay. I mean, so got like better accuracy than Razli, like half the agility, a lot less magic, but slightly stronger. Do I want to have Neophio in the party? Okay, so for this bit, I actually do have like an FAQ of all the recruitable characters, which you can find on chat right now, so you can follow along. I think I'm gonna be using this so that I don't miss like a bunch of the characters that I would normally have missed. I do want to like get a lot of the characters that I haven't seen before, and there are a lot that I haven't seen before, because it's like very easy to skip a lot of these. Like Neophio, if you've never been to come on, if you've never been to the Hydra marshes of another world, because you don't actually need to go there. You wouldn't have gotten like the life spark and come back here and activating this, or like the bit that I'm about to do. You found a doorway that leads down. Surprising? Nah, not really. It's kind of like a. It's kind of like a. This is kind of like a reference to Chrono Trigger. See? What is this? What is this? Some kind of transport? Well, there's like a new here. Welcome. Take it. Use it. Serge received the Porous Furnace frame. Yay. By the way, change your name? Nope. So yeah, I guess this is like the first reference, I guess, if you can find it hidden like this. That, you know, this game is actually linked with Chrono Trigger. I think later on in the game you do get like more or less told that this guy's Balthazar. Oh my god, just give me just a moment. Oof. Also, I don't know what it's like with games of this time period that love to have this well, design, I guess, where there's like a tower or like a dungeon thing, and then there's like an annex off to the side, and you kind of have to access it through like a long bridge like that. Because Final Fantasy VIII also did something similar with well, like a bunch of places actually, but the one that I remember mostly is like Artemisia's castle. Kind of had more or less the exact same thing, where one of the bosses you have to go to like a weird little annex place. What are you doing? Oh yeah, this guy's supposed to be like a spy or something. I'm still new around here, so I got lost and ended up here by mistake. Don't worry, I wasn't snooping around or anything, really. Well, take care. What is this? Shiny, shiny. Can I pick it up? No. What is it you want? I mean, would you like to join us? Without Pip, I really do not have any research here. I guess the time is right. I'm sure I can find some interesting research material if I tag along with you. I will join you. Oh, Yay. Lucia assimilated into your party. Yay. There's like a lot of characters in the game. We're gonna get. So, she's like, oh, she's actually also Black Element? Not very impressive stat-wise, though. I mean, I would like eventually. Please call me anytime. I will be waiting. Yeah, I do have to wonder if there's like something that we need to do here. Maybe we do need to have Lucia in the party? Duh! I guess I should get out more often and gather research material. And now it won't let me add here to the party. Okay, fine. So like the 4 dragoons are now... Actually, there's like one more thing that I always kind of wanted to check out in Viperman. It's like this thing here. And search found parlor key. Oh, there we go. That's like the other thing that I wanted to check. I don't know what the parlor key is supposed to unlock though. Because I don't remember any... Oh! Wait, no. No, my bad. There is actually one door that's locked on your first visit here. And that's the far left door up in General Viper's like quarters, I guess. It's like, I think this door was locked originally. Or was it not this one? Yeah, it was this one. Okay. General Viper tried desperately to persuade his wife, his daughter to leave, but she refused vehemently. There are too many memories for her in this manor. Fond memories of Dario. Oh. At least I think we use the key here. I'm not sure actually. Oh my goodness. That night, you are the ones who kidnapped me. Kid risked her life to shield me. My father and his men have left for Fort Dragonia. I do not know exactly where he is though. There is not a single thing I can do, except pray for their safety. Huh. Okay. There's a note inside the drawer. Fear the one with the missing shield. Repress the anger of thy god. The moment you see truth from within the light, the god's anger will calm. Hmm. So yeah, this is more than likely a hint to the chest that we can get in the basement. There's like a trap with like some kind of like electricity in the treasury room. I guess we could go have a look. I mean, we do have to exit the manor anyway, right? Yep. Why the hell do I keep bumping on the microphone? I don't know. I'm sorry though. Sorry for like any random like hitting noises and stuff. Okay, yeah, this is it. Come on. God damn it. It's no use. You need to bring the general here to get to it. Hmm. Yeah, I guess maybe that's actually we need to recruit the like General Viper later on in the game. Hmm. I don't remember though. Like I'm pretty sure that the parlor key that we have would have had like a dialogue like attached to it whenever we use it. I'll wait till hell freezes over. It's like the importance of food. Mm-hmm. Oh well, let's just like go continue with the story then. Or I could just enter the door again and come back here. That's also something that might happen. Okay, so I think, let me just like check here. Yeah, so just like done with another world for now, and we go back to home world. and go kill the actual Hydra. So the Hydra is also green element, right? So that kind of means that I need to maybe remove Razli and I don't know who would be a better fit. I don't want to use Poshul, that's for sure. Although Poshul has like such high attack, I really don't want to do that. I was like gonna go with Mojo. Screw Poshul, I don't like it. It's like the cutesy way that it speaks is very annoying. It's like remove. Wait, not Poshul, sorry. Razli? Yeah. Remove all. Okay, that's decent. I mean, auto-allocate isn't that bad, to be honest. It's not the best, but, you know, also not too shabby. Skip. Yes, Serge, we know how the what's it called? Dimensional hopping thing works. Okay. Also such a nice song, this. So yeah, this one we haven't actually cleared yet, so we can't go through to home termina yet. And actually I think you're not even allowed to, because it's like in this version, in this reality, I guess there's still like poor military kind of in the way. You just might as well just like go down here and do the last bit of the quest before we call it for tonight, because it's actually like getting close to midnight. So since yesterday I did kind of well, it wasn't actually my fault. I was actually expecting there was like an announcement that was supposed to be made about like the new measures that the Cypriot government was meant to be putting into effect due to like the whole COVID thing. And yeah, I was kind of waiting for that to finish, because they had like this whole broadcast and they were even 30 or 40 minutes late in starting it. So what was supposed to have started at 9 started at about like 9:35 or something, and then first they had like all the like stupid stuff to say about, you know, with like doing this because we need to and blah blah and so on and so forth, and that took like another 20 minutes, and then they kind of went around to announcing all like the new measures that they were going to take, because we've had like another spike here, so you know, have to safeguard idiots from doing idiotic things like going around without masks and so on and so forth. But yeah, we kind of like ended up watching the actual measures. That was like actually what I was interested in hearing, because, you know, that was the important thing, I guess. Halt, humans! We cannot permit you to advance any further. Daffy Dwarf. The Hydra is the tutelary deity of this forest, hi-ho. Without it, this forest will die. Should you still wish to advance, you have to get by us. Prepare for battle, wicked humans. But yeah, so it was like around like 20 past 10 when we had like all the like measures kind of like detailed. Oh, I hope Chorus. Uh-oh. Oh no. That's like a lot of damage. And then I was just like trying to call the missus so that kind of like check up on her, because she sometimes gets like this weird like panic attacks about things like these. She stresses out very easily. I was kind of like worried, and it turns out they had like a power cut as well. I'm like, oh no. So yeah, it was like around like 11:45 that I was actually back at the PC. So streaming at that time was kind of a bit out of the question actually. So yeah, that's kind of why I didn't stream yesterday. So I'm kind of thinking here that if tomorrow... Oh no. If tomorrow isn't like too inconvenient, I might just like try like streaming a few more like hours than usual. Like maybe try to start, I don't know, maybe like an hour earlier or something. We will see about that, but mainly I'm just like gonna try like stream a bit more to make a bit more like headway into this game, because it's like a long game. I would like to finish this before Christmas if possible. Okay, let's recover all I think here, because we're gonna die otherwise. This chorus does like so much damage. Why? Although I mean, if it kind of uses all of the stamina, then it shouldn't be that bad, I guess. But at least it would have been nice if like the more of them that I kill, the less damage it would do overall, because there's like less of them participating. Thankfully I do have like another recoverall here, which is nice. They're like very very clever of me to remember to equip it, even though Mojo doesn't have like that great of a magic stat, so he doesn't heal quite as much as he should with it. Yay! Hey! Sergeant Friends reached a new level. Hey, we got another uplift. Nice. Too strong! Are we unable to stop them? Yep, more or less. The Hydra must be up ahead. Let's go Sergeant. So hard to say. They're strong. Yes, we are. Is it your intention to kill the forest? Well, no, but you know, the girl is kind of like poisoned. Kind of have to do it. It's out of my hands. Blame the writers, I guess. Also, there's like a chest in there. How do we... Oh, there we go. Medicine. A very... I don't know. What's the opposite of rewarding? That felt like not very rewarding. You befouler of the forests, human vermin! Prepare to receive the anger of nature that you so deserve. Hi-ho! Oh, great Hydra, hear my voice. Turn on these wretched humans. teach them how the forest, no, our planet is pained by their existence. Hi-ho, Hydra, away! Oh, look out, it is coming. That is not a Hydra. Seriously. What the hell? That is more like a tentacle worm, I guess. It's like, don't go there, don't go there. It's like very strong out of the gate, isn't it? Oh, I don't have any white elements, damn it. Just gonna keep attacking. Because I do want to build up Surge's, like the white field effect. So long as this guy isn't casting or anything. Just going to like a recover roll here, and then also just like do a recover roll with Mojo, so we get like the full like white field effect. I mean, so long as this dude isn't casting anything, that should be fine. It shouldn't like mess up the field effect. Dodge. All that like high agility kind of like paid off, right? Okay, so we can start with a dash and slash, and then I've got like 3 photon rays that I could be using. Wait, 52 only with like a full white field effect? That kind of sucks. Oh, you know, maybe the Hydra has like very high defense. Because Mojo specifically isn't doing, well, nearly any damage. So maybe just like magic spells are the way to go here. Well, I mean, Surge is kind of doing some damage whenever he manages to hit and not miss like an idiot. Let's see what Meteorite does. Like a full field effect. 65. That's fine. Yeah, but Mojo's just like doing 2, 2, 2. That's not... That's not great. Punch. Wave of Fear. Oh, now it's starting to use yellow. And Spirits up. Uh-oh. Defense temporarily increased. That sucks. And believe you me, I'm not gonna let you change it to all yellow. No matter how many extra attacks you get, I don't care. Why is Mojo only doing like 2 per hit all the time? It's weird, right? I mean, he's got like the bronze gloves. At least Greg was doing like 20 something with well, most of the other attacks. Oh shoot. This isn't good. You kind of need to heal a little bit. Oh boy. See, this is what I get for trying to use heals to change the field color. Hey, it's dead. We ruined the forest of this world as well. Or like the swamp, I guess. Well done, us. It's like fucked everything up. Are we feeling heroic yet? There should not be a fanfare playing on this part. It's like committed like huge like ecological disaster, didn't we? Hey, we also got like a level 4 slot. That's nice. What do you humans intend to do with our mother planet? Not thinking of the future? Cutting down trees like there's no tomorrow? Burning the forest to make your towns even bigger? And all for what? Do you think that you are the only ones who live on the planet? Do you even know who the works of life forms other than yourselves? Hi-ho! Hi-ho! Don't kid yourselves, you're just hairless apes! Oh, hey, that's like another throwback to Chrono Trigger. You're nothing more than freaks of evolution! And then he died. Or like ran away, or like both. So yeah, I really do wish there was like a way to do this without like dooming everything into like oblivion. There is not a single dwarf roaming this forest anymore. Have they abandoned this place? Let's hurry on. Yeah, please don't feel conflicted or anything about what you just did. Don't worry about it. Oh well. Was there something? No. I really wish I could go back to my home island soon. I wonder how everyone's doing. I didn't realize that was Razli. I thought it was gonna be like a fight, and then kind of like wasn't. Yeah. Let's skip. Don't let me skip until we go into the cutscene. Skip. I think that's about our time for today. But yeah, like I said, I'm gonna try to stream like a little bit longer tomorrow if possible. If not, I'm gonna try and make it up over like the weekend. But yeah, let me just like save. And actually, yeah, I don't want to like get to the next bit, because after this bit we also have like a thing like with Korcha again. There's like a kind of like a chase that you need to do to recruit Korcha and Mel, his sister. So I think that's it for today. Let me see if there's anyone online who could be raiding. And in any case, if there is or if there isn't, I'm gonna see you all tomorrow, hopefully, with a bit more of this. Let's see. Phantom Pain. I mean, why not? Let's just like, go raid someone that's playing the Phantom Pain. Let's go raid Valverdian with MGS5. I understand like the beginning parts of that game are kind of spoiler heavy. So if you don't want to stick around, then please leave now. Otherwise, have a very pleasant evening, and I will see you around tomorrow with more of this. Have a very, very pleasant evening, and goodbye.